There.
Hi there. My name is Ethan Klein. And
Oh, nah! Nah. Hold on.
Hi there. My name
Holy.
is Ethan Klein. And my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you. Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney. Let me tell you guys a story. About a year and a half ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate. ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hasan, XQC, and many of the large
Okay, chat. Guys, I don't want to, I don't want to be against Ethan on this, okay? I don't want to be rude, okay? But I gotta be honest with you. He was literally sitting beside the guy that was the most guilty of everything that he was going against me for, and said nothing. Okay, Hasan was 10 times worse than I was across all standards, and he just sat there and still aimed for me every time. Crazy.
Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video. A face cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos.
I'm not saying.
But to answer your question, no, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry.
Okay, champ, yes, I said it last time, and I'll say it again. This particular thing falls under what I call react harder. And the problem that I have with react harder is that sometimes a long video doesn't need an interjection for lengthy times, the whole time, every time. It just doesn't. Especially when the video is, by the base of it, is educational. Guys, I can't go, oh, guy says it. Oh, so the gun the guy used is blue. Whoa, guys. Guys, the gun is blue. Wow, guys, hold on. The gun could have been also red and green, but it wasn't though. So across all this length of time, multiple colors it could have been, but then it wasn't because they chose the color blue, which is in the same spectrum as, like, dude, come on, bro. Like, sometimes not everything needs a reaction or an analysis, and you can just kind of watch the video. And it's why some reacts are more ethical in looks, but in the approach is the same thing by nature.
Because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this and know it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called in to my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned. So in that regard, do you care at all about IP or copyright?
At least he admits he got owned. At least he admits that he got absolutely obliterated on that day, by the way. At least.
Or like the fact that it's illegal, does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, then watch your
Then
watch your prime content.
Do it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least. The ultimate.
Chat. Unironically, though, that was played and replayed. And hold on. Now we're getting a video of him reacting to me. Me reacting now to the video reaction of all of that. That's, chat, I've proven my point though. I've proven my point to the T though.
It's original content at least. The ultimate debate bro. He hit him with the worm.
Yo, look, another react.
Oh, why didn't I think of that first? I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing, you'll see, are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hasan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts, when Hasan gets up to go to the bathroom, or to eat, or to talk to his mom.
In all due fairness to this point, chat, I made that shit. Okay, I theory crafted, guys. Mr. Chair has been crafted here with care, love, and vision. Okay, that is crazy.
Whatever disappears for an extended period of time
that,
and leaves the video playing for his chair, Mr. Chair. They call it.
No, they can't do that. Chat, that's my shit. Chat. They're gonna hijack my shit. They're gonna hijack my shit.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana. Then this.
Do not This operation will result in killing of hostages in captivity. Will result in the death of
Well, I've been seeing
And it was in this setting.
By the way, H3. This actually goes to you guys and the editor team. If you guys look at a website that has all the Twitch logs, whatever. If you type Mr. Chair, you can look at all the timestamps. You guys could have found. I'm sure you guys spent probably like 40 hours looking off of all these clips. Could have found this shit in like 3 minutes. 3 minutes. You found the density of a Mr. Chair spam. Boom. Go back to it and get all the clips. 2 minutes. You're done with it.
That I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist, they couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published?
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video.
Yo, chat. Oh my god. Chat, did I not say that when that came out? I literally said that. That this could be an actual bait and switch. I said that.
Add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright.
Isn't this entrapment? Well, entrapment I don't think applies to civilians making videos. Entrapment would be for law enforcement or whatnot. I don't think, bro, this is not entrapment.
Infringement. For example, Denims sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3.
Chat, I gotta be honest, chat. Guys, out of all things that ethically to do online, this is really cooked. Chat, this is one thing that I've always been vocal to be against. That's just cooked up, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, if a piece of media comes from a source, whatever, you're already giving it attention by doing a whole thing about it. That one view doesn't do anything. It's not.
Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push.
I skip the ads on videos, but I say I bought the product and I link it in the chat box. I link the video in the chat box every day with the timestamp every time we see an ad. And you can go back and see the reaction. Go back to the chat box. You go into the chat and look at it. I actually do it. Name one creator that does that. Anywhere else, bud?
Push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers actually, Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. So, thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating...
By the way, this is nothing, but it's not even a dig at her. I don't usually, to any creator, make it like looks stuff. But I gotta be honest with you. This is just me personally talking, interacting with people that have these or whatever you call that. When they do that, whatever, that's a red flag. It's a red flag for me.
Statement. If you tried.
Genuinely
Denims, the queen of self-owning, you prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now.
Oh, I,
Ethan Klein, have registered Hasan Content Nuke with the United States Library of Congress. Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars, but the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video...
Alert, chat. Guys, death is happening. Chat. You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't... Chat. Link it.
Follow. Subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him. This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hasan reacting to entire TV shows on stream...
Check Hasan's stream. Can we get a think about this? No, I do the same, but I don't hide it. I'm not sure about it. You know what I said to chat? I say, guys, editors, don't upload this. I'm not even watching this. I'm putting this on and I don't care. I know a few channels that don't care about it and I target those channels and I don't tell you about it. And I put them in the back and I don't give a shit. I'm shit about it. I say, guys, we're not reacting to this. I'm not even watching this. I'm letting you watch this.
My fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of...
Let me guess, it's Hasan, Denims, and, dude, I don't know her name, chat, but I know her surname. Motherfucking... whatever, you know.
Criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Kaceytron, the queen of ripping farts and bombs.
Chat, low key though. Chat, you kinda got that shit on though. Yellow gold Patek, nah. That's not, chat, that's nice for, chat, that's kind of hard to pull off. Guys, this is not, I'm not even gonna make this a race thing or whatever, okay? But if you're really white, I gotta keep it a buck. Yellow gold, it's hard to pull off, if you don't have a lot of hair and you're not a hairy dude or a bigger dude. Okay? He kind of has that tone that kind of matches and does decent or better with the yellow gold. With the yellow gold is what it is. A lot of guys like me, white gold is usually what you're gonna go for. It's just, guys, it's more of a, guys, it's not even a race thing. It's more of a chromatic scale thing. It's how the humans perceive color and see color.
At home, guys, Kaceytron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Contracts.
Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul.
Hold on, let me go back.
Dog, what do you...
See, like Nick has, like, what is that, white gold on whatever that is? I'm gonna be honest with you. You can do better.
Look! You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denims, the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you, Hasan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being
but according to other qualified commentators, pics or didn't happen, bro. That's what. Hey, not my words. Yes. Not my words. I'm just saying.
That seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hasan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints. And let's start with my favorite of the three, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Kaceytron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it.
No disrespect to her content. Okay, guys, I'm not high and above or mighty, but why does her like setup kind of look like she's making like an apology video or some shit like that? Like, it's kind of the background's kind of whatever, and she just looks like she's about to like admit to cheating or some shit. It's just gonna.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a clever little title, and here's Kaceytron's. She smoked more than she spoke. Kaceytron smoked 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? Thinking there was no way that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking.
What?
She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
Chat, does she only smoke weed or does she vape or smoke the cigarette? Oh. The weed or the cigarette? Or both? Chad, do you not get high like crazy though for that much smoking?
What's happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Kaceytron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Kaceytron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Kaceytron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot." To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
Chad, is that even legal anyway?
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell
you
is
kids
going
love anime, right?
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
Chat, what is that? Chat, what is that?
I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
Oh, man.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious? Dog, what do you look? You think
Chat, she kind of vape names on his dumb ass. Low-key.
This isn't a music video, Hasan.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna
chat when you're cannibalizing it, and then it's very hard to, in some of these lawsuits, try to find an admission of intent or even get intent, because that's really hard to prove in court. But when somebody admits to intent directly on camera after they're doing it or while doing it, that's pretty crazy. I gotta say, that's pretty crazy.
We're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on here?
Stating outright that her intention of doing this is so that people who don't want to support me can watch it through her is why copyright infringement law.
Yeah, chat says not a crime, Lamau. Okay, well, I mean, it wouldn't be a crime, but
exist. You
Actually,
could not and should not do that, especially if your commentary consists of you taking bong
that's pretty much admitting the theft, pretty much, or yeah.
At least try to engage with the
In
content.
some form.
Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry. That was a flying star. It almost caught me. You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new Nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Huh. Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent.
This guy says, it's funny, he actually thinks he will get anything for these lawsuits. Somehow they will just laugh at him, aka the judges. Well, that's just not true. Well, that's not true. Believe it or not, listen, you can hate Ishii as much as you want to. I mean, I hate him a little bit for a lot of things he does. But he did actually kind of set the benchmark almost for one of the first big cases of a lawsuit around like the whole React thing. So he kind of owns this shit low-key. Out of all things that he does or doesn't own, he does own in that department. So
that even her own fans begin to call her out.
I don't have anything to say, dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds? It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's mentally ill, and he's having a mental breakdown and uploaded it to fucking YouTube?
Top left.
Are you gonna make at least one good point? What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and...
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
Well, you just pause it. That's it. You just...
Guys, you guys baited me. You guys said the VOD has no audio. Brother, you guys baited me. I had the correct audio on earlier, and you made me swap it out. That's crazy you guys did it to me. Bro, you guys made me swap the one that was correctly working to the one that is not... bro, I'm so done, man. I can't.
You just pause the video, right? Like, you get up and you go to the bathroom, you just pause it. They should be watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the Nuke ethically? Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people. I came from the H3 Snark Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic while Hasan is in Japan. I'm bothered having a great time. Exactly. We're gonna watch it live, yes. He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated malicious intent to steal.
I mean,
they talk about watching ethically, but I learned not to steal when I was 5. Up next is Denims. And honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on Denim Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content and it was her room and nobody else's.
Also, the original Mr. Chair is it's a Hernan Miller embody, not an Aaron.
Judge,
it's not
did
an
you know
Aaron.
that we're on Denims Street right now? Here's some quotes from Denims.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
we're relying
I don't want to
on
be picky
you to
about it, but
stay
it's all
live,
good.
so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. That is very explicit. Denims said, quote, well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content.
Oh, hell no.
The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully,
I get it. They're doing the bit where like they're reacting to the video, right? But since they're like, oh, this is, I know it's gonna be wrong, whatever. I'm watching because challenge me to watch it or whatever, right? But I'm removing credit from it by getting away from the camera. That's a classic. That's a classic.
I'm back. They're done with this.
This chat is cringe.
You do look better.
Mr. 305. I see it.
Dude, you should do this.
I have an alternate.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. Because I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Let me also commercialize it by asking you to reward me financially for stealing his content. That is like chef kiss. By the way, Denims had a very successful stream. She had 43,000 people watching her live. Take a look at the title of her Twitch stream. Ethan Klein Hasan Content Nuke Watch Party. A watch party? I don't think that's fair use. Now Denims, of course, always...
Chat, what I'm gonna say is would probably go, it's an argument against his case because guys, I still say that in general, okay, reaction, it doesn't matter, like, it doesn't really matter. The efforts you're putting in for people to cut them off or kind of fuck them over in the algorithm, whatever. The reality is that it's a pretty good exchange overall, and the videos always will thrive super hard unless you're deliberately cutting them off. But even then, it's what it is. Because I've always said this, and I'll say this every time. The interaction between a video and watching it is genuinely good. And I had the stats, actually, you guys the stats last time, I have to prove it. Like, it's genuinely good, but it's okay. I don't mind not
delivering the goods. She went on this dude's podcast to debate fair use. And would you be surprised if I told you she said a lot of incriminating things in that podcast? The Queen of Self-Own never disappoints.
I want to be clear on my opinion on like filler content and stuff. Like, I think filler content, like, you shouldn't do it. I know I do it as a React streamer, and I try to do it only when I do it with like Vox videos or Vice videos and stuff like that, because at least I'm not like directly ripping from one content creator and not like a whole team and stuff. And most of those videos have...
Oh no. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy how you can try to rationalize something and make the worst argument possible. Guys, when I rationalized it, at least because I'm not a fuckhead, I have a good like entry level like just thought process, because it's logical that I'm not trying to fuck somebody over. But that is just a stupid argument.
Have like 5 million views. I only get like 500 viewers. I'm taking maybe 50 views from the video. It's a lot harder to feel like, I guess, bad about that. Whereas like I would feel very bad about doing that to like a single content creator. The majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. You know, I'm sure if you click on a random part in the video, I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever. And I might walk away from...
That's my argument. She literally watched the fucking argument, whatever, between me and Ethan, and she owned my shit. That is word for word exactly my argument that I made a while back. Okay, and it is stolen to the T, brother.
Screen, but it's about like the communal thing. It's why like fucking Toast started streaming Death Note. It's not about the actual show at a certain point. It's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people. A lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their React content almost as a curator. So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos, and they probably never will go through.
It's more of the chat experience. You can give yourself the credit as a streamer, but it's more of the chat thing, right? It's more of the back and forth between chat or whatever and all the live interaction with the chat rather than just the streamer shit. The streamer shit is kind of irrelevant. I gotta keep it a buck with you. It's a very low factor.
YouTube and click a bunch of videos. They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch.
Like, I'm sure
From the people that I've talked to, the people who watch Twitch content are specifically there to watch it so they don't have to scroll through YouTube and find a video they like. If someone watches content, I already said this, if someone watches content on someone else's stream, there is a very low likelihood that they're going to go watch it separately and give you like the view or the like.
Yeah, but low-key though, you need to always remember though, like you can say, yo, I'm gonna go watch this video at my friend's house, right? But the friend's house is full of people, right? It's not, people aren't, oh guys, I'm gonna go watch it with her only. Bro, think of the chat almost as the exact same thing, but it's a lot more people. It's appealing. How do you not understand this? Guys, it's, I'm just saying, you need to give credit, the friends in the room that we watching something together, that's the chat, literally. It includes the streamer, sure, but it's, I think, marginally smaller.
The people who are watching content on Twitch, curated Twitch content on Twitch, aren't necessarily people that would be watching content on YouTube.
That, my friend, is called theft. And you're a thief. And now I'm suing you. This is just a testimony to how brazen and how safe they've, gotten. That she thinks she can go out in public, on video, and say shit like, I'm stealing this content because I want to. I'm coping even though I know it's stealing. When people watch it with me, they're definitely not going to go watch the original. Like, you are way too comfortable committing crimes out in the open. Well, there you have it. 3 separate lawsuits for 3 separate geniuses. Now, I want to make it clear again, and I hope it's been obvious about why I'm suing these 3 people and not others. These people not only violated all of the principles of fair use.
I have to be real over here. Actually doing the work is the top 10 moments of all time. Yo, real.
They also did it maliciously. And that's the part
a connoisseur
that really
of content.
I think if you're a reactor on Twitch, for the most part, if you make a good faith effort to comment, and if you make a good faith effort...
You know, chat, I make a good faith effort to comment, and I also make a good faith effort to not comment. I do both. And I would argue they're both equally important, because sometimes there's nothing to add, and it's chill to just watch it and chill the fuck out. It's fine. It's fine. I'll say this on my fucking, on my deathbed. It is fine, very fine. Sometimes I have a long length of time without saying shit. Sometimes it's important to give the video its entire form, that little block right there, and it's without interruption.
Effort to promote the author, to link to them, to try to drive traffic to the original video. I think you're probably pretty much doing the right thing, and that's fine. And I would never sue someone for that. Take it to these 3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. And to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say.
True.
I don't care. What I do hope, though, is that you'll support their crowdfunding efforts to defend themselves. Because let's face it, I want to make sure there's money left over for me when I win my lawsuits. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great time. I'll see you around.
Well, I mean, he acts like a Chad, and it's a cool bit, but there's a lot less money to collect on overall, and it's gonna be a pure loss. It is what it is, and he knows this. He knows this because his initial lawsuit way back when was an absolute pure loss too, and it's how these things go. Like, it is what it is. I mean, there's no real what, especially what is it some California thing? I mean, GG. But I mean, it's.
Streamers banned for Gordon React? Since when? But I'm not reacting, I'm just watching it.
See? Oh, again, your Komodo was working in the VOD and chat said it was muted. It wasn't. Then you changed stuff, and now it is muted in the VOD. But now it's okay now, though. So now you're doing the same thing that chat did. Now you're doing the same thing that chat did by telling me that now, when now it's not muted. So now if I listen to you, I would do this. I would get double baited again. Quadruple baited, by the way. Quad.